On the defensive side of the ball, our mindset is we're going to win games this year. And we're not going to leave it up to the offense to have to score 40, 50 points a game. But if they do, great. But for us, we want to win games on defense. So the standard is holding teams to single digits. Definitely, I feel very comfortable being back at defensive end. I feel happy about it. When me, Coach Knowles, and Coach Jay talked about it after the season, that's what I wanted to do, and that's what they thought I was best at too. So it was great, and it's been good being back at defensive end. I think a lot of us haven't really had the career we thought we'd had the first 2 seasons. I think it's hard to come in and on the defensive line and put up those huge numbers. I don't think a lot of guys do that. Yeah. So I just think collectively as the D-line like I was talking about before, if we just put one foot in front of the other every day and try to get better every single day, before we know it, at the end of the season we'll look up and see all those numbers. So we can't really fixate on those things in a moment.
We just got to keep working on all the little things, all the small little details, and keep leveling up our game and keep pushing our brothers. I think my first step has evolved since my freshman year, and I think that's one thing. It could still be a little better, but that's one of the small things I feel like I've been better at. But so far it's still getting my leadership better. Keep helping the boys, keep helping us be the best of our building, be the best unit we can be.
I think when you're running a pack, it's more of a unit, right? And I think that's the most thing, really, than sing a guy out. I think the biggest thing we've challenged our guy is to really just let's be part of a pack. Let's be part of a unit that does everything special, and I think that's the key. And we're trying not to say that guy's did this skill, he got this skill. How about we put all those skills together and go play as a unit and try to become the best unit in college football? But when you say my philosophy is rotate a lot of guys, it's going to be based on the game, number of plays, things that involve in the game. You can't go into a game and play a guy 90 plays and try to play 16, 15 game schedule and hope he can survive. You can't do that. He'll burn out at the end. He'll look good in the beginning and burn out. And right now it's evaluation period, right? We just started. We're into our last 2 weeks going in for this first game. We don't know how many guys. Might play 5 guys, might play 6 guys. It really depends on how we develop and come along. That's what determines what we do. And so we'll have to wait and see. But certainly I like to see JT stay on the field. I like to see all those guys stay on the field a long time. But at some point during the season, when those plays started counting up, all of a sudden now you got a guy with potential could get hurt because he plays so many plays. So that's the thing you got to watch. You definitely want him to play. If that's 60 plays, 65 plays, I think that's right. I think you look at the guys that played for the Joe Bosa, the Knicks, they finished the season probably anywhere in 800 plays. But that's a different season. The offenses are different now, so there's a whole different game set right now and how we play. We want to rotate, want to stay fresh. So yeah, maybe they'll play more plays this year, but that's going to be determined once we start the season. Well, it really depends. In practice is why you determine how many guys can play full speed. That's what you do in practice, right? So we have these 4-period plays or a 6-play period. You want to see how long can a guy go. Can he go 12 plays full speed? That's the determination, how many plays that guy can actually play in a game. If he can play 15 plays full speed in practice, good chance he can play 15, 20 plays in a game. So my evaluation is every day in practice to grade a videotape and see exactly are we playing fast. That guy's going to play fast enough to play in a game. So if he can't, then I can't substitute because I'm putting a slower player back on the field. And that's the evaluation process. We're too early to say this guy's going to do this, do that. But we get closer to the game, I'll have a good idea because that's what I'm studying right now. It could be a little bit of a combination of a lot of things, you know what I mean? I think when you talk about, when you talk about sacks, you're talking about a stat, you know what I mean? I'm talking about just imagine having 4 guys to have the skill set to rush the quarterback, and no one cares who gets the credit because now all of a sudden now you have 4 guys have a major impact. JT, Jack, or KJ, no matter who they are, they're not as good unless playing inside guys are pretty good inside rushing. So it's a combination of both. So we don't look at stats, but we look at the unit stats. What are we doing as a unit? Are we applying pressure? Are we getting there? And I think that's what we have to wait and see how it goes.
I think when Coach Knowles came in with that position, I kind of saw myself there. But I know all these things happen for a reason, so I just kept working and bided my time and did as best as I possibly could. So.
Is that still the right spot, the right fit for you?
That's up to the coaches, honestly. But I think I did a lot of that in high school, so I definitely succeeded at that kind of position. So I think there's some similarities to there, and I could be successful at that position as well. So.
I think confidence. Confidence has changed most of my game. I mean, just coming off of last year, coming off of the back half of the season, playing pretty good. I think it's just having that confidence that I can go out and dominate when I need to dominate. So when my number's called, I can get on the field and play.
I'm trying to be a leader of the group now, bring the young guys together, so we play as one, play faster. Just the simple things, but it's a process. You won't get it as soon as you in a day or so. It's over a long period of time. I think previous years we had kind of individuals, not like singling anybody out. We had like kind of individuals, but I feel like if we play as one, we could play faster, trust in each other more, something like that.